Alright, I'm back. So, let's do this. So first of all, for the past 25 years, as you already know, as someone who probably listens to music on loudspeakers, as opposed to crappy little headphones that are this big, everything's loud, right? And this loudness is very, very, very bad, because when you're listening to this stuff on loudspeakers, it's extremely fatiguing for your ears. So much so that, you know, even my favorite CDs, I can probably only listen to 1 or 2 songs max before I start to get what I call ear bleed, right? So this ear bleed, it's not good. It's not good. It's not enjoyable because you're forced to listen to this stuff on headphones, right? At low levels, because it's just so fatiguing, right? So the reason is why. I don't really need to get into that, I don't think. You know, it's pretty well covered on the internet already. The shift from loudspeakers to headphones has really pushed everyone to make loud records, compress the crap out of them, brickball limit them. There is an aspect of it which was the loudness war, which I don't think is actually a big aspect as everyone says it was. I think it was more to do with the fact that there was a shift in the market to how people consume music. But let's not get into that right now. So, dynamics. What is dynamics? Well, this is dynamics. Did you hear that? Of course you did. Dynamics is the difference between loud and quiet, right? Quiet and loud. You heard me there. It was quite clear because the audio on this video isn't compressed. I had a quiet part and a loud part. Now, there was a dramatic contrast there, even though I wasn't playing anything too different. It was very different because of the way you've perceived it, right? In the loudness of it. Now, this is so important in music, so important, but no music today, no recorded music has this. No recorded music has anything like that. It's even the quiet parts in songs now, they're all loud. If you listen to it, it's all the same level. They're all the same level, right? It's really, really horrible, especially for people like us, people who listen to stuff on loudspeakers. Right, you've been to the opera. I hope you've been to an opera, because opera is fantastic, right? A good opera is phenomenal. And what you'll notice in an opera is that no one is electrified. No one. No one has microphones, right? No one has cables coming out their asses, right? Everyone is singing in the stadium unmiked. Now, when you go to the opera, you will notice when the first person comes out and starts to sing, it's quiet. It's not quiet in that you can't hear it, but it's, yeah, this is pretty good, you're pretty good. As people start to come onto stage, more and more actors, more and more vocalists, it starts to crescendo. Now, most operas have a point where all the actors and the actors, I just call them actors, right? All the actors will come out, they will all sing together. This builds a massive crescendo that will electrify the entire theatre because it's so loud, and the contrast between that and the one person singing, right? This is so powerful. It's incredibly powerful, right? Even 2 people singing is a big difference in an opera. It's designed to do that, right? So this can be translated to a compact disc, right? Or audiophile, whatever you want to call it, right? So you can translate that into your home on loudspeakers. You can do that. The technology's been around for 40 years, 50 years, right? So that isn't the issue. The issue is that with all these people, everyone now recording stuff loud, when someone comes along that has something that's good music, and puts the time in to make it not loud, to have good quality, then all the people who have this as a hobby, who have high-end gear that listen to music on loudspeakers, are going to buy it, especially if your music's good. We know they're going to buy it because people love buying stuff. And I'll take me as an example, because I am a musician, right? But I'm also an enthusiast and I love to listen to music, right? So let's have a really good example here. Compact disc. This is one of my favourite albums, and it sounds awful. It's a big problem, right? It sounds awful. This is Seventh Wonder, Mercy Falls. It's really great. It's not even really great. It's sublime. The musicianship, the vocalist, everything, they're all just like out of the picture, you know, like I can't say that it is good. Let's say this is the lowest. Let's say this is the top, at the top of your picture. This is the Seventh Wonder. Right? So that isn't the issue. The issue is that the music's so good I can't enjoy it because it sounds like crap. Like utter crap. I can listen to maybe 2 songs, turn it off, listen to something else. Because ear bleed, right? Now, I don't know why they did this. I suppose they want this loud in your face sound that everyone's doing, you know. Maybe the guy who mastered this pushed him in a certain direction. Maybe he's an idiot. I don't know. But what Seventh Wonder have done, and a few artists are starting to do now, is they're starting to remaster their stuff. Okay, so let's talk about that. Here's another CD. This is King Diamond, Abigail. You may have heard of it. It's pretty famous. It's a very good album, very good. The problem we have with King Diamond is one worth studying, because this was recorded in the 80s. Tape, probably 1/2-inch tape, I would say. Maybe even 1-inch tape, I don't know. But it was low budget, right? Low budget. And with the budget they had, they could only do what they could, right? Now, over the years, this has been released over and over and over and over again, right? Even the very first compact disc release sounded like crap. And then with every subsequent re-release, remaster, more and more morons start destroying it worse and worse and worse. Now, I think I bought this about 5 times over the years. I've sold them all. It sucks, right? So then, what's happened is, King Diamond himself said, hang on, we've got a problem. My record sounds like crap, all right? So they actually went back to the tapes, the original tapes, the one that the original vinyl release came out on, of course, because this was recorded before compact disc was invented, right? And they just took the original tapes, mixed it. Oh, I think it probably was already mixed, right? Because to record tape back then, you have to mix it as you go, right? But I think they just gently EQ'd it, no compression, no limiting, put it on the CD. Sounds great, all right? Sounds really great. A lot better than before. A lot better than all the previous versions, okay? So this is a really good example of how you can do this, because this remastering game, right? You know, this has been around for quite a while now, not with CDs, not so much with music, not done properly anyway, right? But with video games, I'll ask you a question. How many times have you bought Skyrim in the last 15 years? Probably a few times, more than once, I guarantee you that, all right? So, With video games, obviously it's a bit different. It's more of a scam than anything, because I mean the original game for me is always the best version. You know, they almost always destroy things when they remaster video games. But anyway, let's not get into that. The way you got to do this is do it properly, right? And it's sold well. It makes a lot of money. Something to make this $2.50. $2.50. I paid $50 for this. $50, right? So there's a market out there for this, and you can cash in on it. You can do this, but you've got to do it properly. Seventh Wonder, back to Seventh Wonder, right? So Seventh Wonder did a remaster of this album, right? I was about to buy it, and then I asked a few people, and they said, no, don't bother. It sounds worse than the original. I knew that was the case. It's always the case, right? So this has not been done correctly. Don't do that, all right? If you're going to do this, you've got to do it properly. And how do you do it properly? Well, the way you do it properly is when you're recording this stuff, especially, right? Don't overcompress stuff. Nowadays, almost everyone works off non-destructive editing, so you can always revert back to how it was before if they've gone too far with it, right? So what you got to do is this. You make 2 copies. You make one for Spotify, which is the EQ to the crap, compressed to the crap, brick limited to the crap. Put that on Spotify. Because Spotify can have that, right? They're not paying. No one's paying for that, so they can have the crap version, right? That's the loud version that everyone gets on the radio. That's that's what everyone listens to, right? And then for your fans, and I've talked about fans before and the 3 types of fans. It's a good video. Check it out. For your fans, put it on your website. Get your label to put it on their website. Whatever, independent sign, doesn't matter, right? The point is you can get involved with this stuff. When you go back to your mixing room, mix it for dynamics. Tell the mixing engineer, hey buddy, calm down with the compressor, calm down with the brick limiter. Let's just keep it regular. Let's just keep it cool, right? Keep the quality, right? And tell the mixing engineer the same thing. Get a guy who can do it. I can do it for you if you want. Hit me up, right? Gentle EQ. Gentle compression, if any, maybe 1.5 ratio maximum, only to maybe if it needs it. You have to listen first. You have to listen, right? I can't just tell you how much it needs, right? So no brick limiting unless it absolutely needs it, just to control those massive peaks if you got them. But it's got to be very gentle. Put it on the CD, $2.50. To print one of these, sell these for $30, $40, $50, $60, whatever you want, however popular you are, you can do it, right? There you go, you got yourself an excellent money maker, and your fans will buy it. You know what? Fans, if you have proper fans, and you have a CD for sale, that's good quality, they're going to buy it even if they don't have a CD player, right? That's 100% fact. Because fans want to buy stuff that you do, because they love you. That's what a fan does, right? They still do it. They're gonna do it. So get out there, get into it. I hope you've learned something today about dynamics, and it's something that nobody's doing. Nobody. Unless you have a select few people that are doing it, but people that are doing remasters aren't doing them properly. They're just destroying what's already destroyed. Okay, so you don't want to do that. All right. You want to give this to the audiophiles, they'll buy it. You can advertise on the audiophiles pages on the internet. They can, you can say that this album is mastered for dynamics. It's a really good selling point, because loud music that's been mastered properly, it sounds phenomenal on loudspeakers. You cannot beat that. On a compact disc, loudspeakers, oh man, this is great. It's a great thing, all right? So, all right, take it easy, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.